What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? It's your boy RHOA here. And we're going live today with all the latest news and gossip. As y'all know, I am on a show called Daily Flash. It airs 5 days a week. Check your local listings to see when it's on in your area. And so every day I am going to be perusing the headlines, to discover what we are going to be talking about on the show. So what I do is I use a software called Rundown Creator. If you are interested in working in news or entertainment, then you're going to have to use this at some point. And so what I do is I try to go in and I check my stories to see what I need to look at for the next day for the news that we're going to be talking about on the show. And so while I'm doing that, I felt like, you know what? Let me just bring y'all the latest news and gossip the way I see it. Because sometimes on the show, we don't always get the chance to talk about the things that, I want to talk about on the show. So, we got to kind of be a little bit PC and cover a lot of different things on the show. But what we can do right now is get into the latest news and gossip as I see it. And we got a lot of stuff going on and we got a lot of stuff to cover today. All right. So on the list, first of all, we got to talk about Wendy Williams. I have an exclusive for you guys. I literally was watching one of my favorite YouTubers. Her name is Unwind with Tasha K, and she just dropped a bomb like you guys will not believe. So we're going to get into that. We're also going to talk about Dr. Dre is getting dragged on social media right now. Y'all, he is being dragged for filth, and I'm going to tell you why. We also got to talk about last night's Real Housewives of Atlanta because Marlo has even more tea than she spilled on the show, and I got that for you guys as well. Plus, we got a pop-up from somebody who is returning to the spotlight after a long, lengthy hiatus. And I don't know if y'all Beyonce fans are going to be ready for this person to pop back up. So we're going to talk about that as well. And then I got another exclusive for you guys. A show that you all love is coming back. Yes, for a season 2. You guys may have heard about this. You may not have heard about it. But I want you guys to know what the deal is with that. So we're going to discuss that. So first of all, I want to get into this whole story about Dr. Dre. Can we talk about this Dr. Dre story for a second? So I don't know if you guys noticed, but over the weekend, Dr. Dre and his daughter were on Instagram, and the word is that they were bragging about her acceptance into USC, right? So basically, Dr. Dre made a post about her being accepted and saying something to the effect of, we were accepted into USC with no jail time. So, basically he said on her own merit and without jail time. Basically what he's talking about is this scam with Loughlin and Felicity Huffman. Y'all know they got their kids into these prestigious schools by technically bribing and paying for their acceptance. The word is that they were apparently utilizing this guy who made over about $25 million helping students get into college. And what he would do is he would help put them onto teams that they never had like any type of, they never maybe have played a certain sport, but suddenly they photographed playing crew when they never played it, and then they would get in on these types of scholarships. Now, this scheme has been going on for quite some time, and he is basically admitted to this. So now, Dr. Dre making this post, it's like, bruh, like, are you serious? Because here's the deal. What most people did not know was that he was throwing shade at the college admissions scandal, but at the same time, it has been basically outed that he's made a $70 million donation to USC. So what people are saying is like, bro, you can't be out here bragging about this stuff when you have made a donation to the school. I gotta ask y'all a question. Is this the same thing? Should we be dragged? Because the comments, let me tell y'all something. They are going off. His post, what exactly? This is what it said. My daughter got accepted into USC all on her own. No jail time. See, honestly, he didn't even need to say that. He could have just simply said, I'm proud of my daughter. She made it into USC. Like, at that point, you're kind of like asking for people to start digging into your business. So after that, the people online, once word got out that he had made that type of donation, they are dragging him for filth. Somebody saying, no more brag. I think it's Ames Swig said, no more bragging about your pops buying your way into USC. 70 million? Damn, you must have some badass grades. So after they got dragged for filth, they deleted the post, y'all. So I'm guessing, listen, it doesn't pay to be out here bragging about your kids getting into school. Let me tell y'all that, because at the end of the day, social media will drag you once they find out the truth of the matter. So let this be a lesson to y'all out there. And Dr. Dre, y'all just don't do that type of shit. Like, just be happy your daughter got into college. Let her be, let her live, let her go on about her life. But now you pulled her into this. And now the sad thing about it is, she's gonna be looked at as someone who potentially doesn't belong there either. So they're gonna be looking at her with scrutiny as well. So that's gonna be crazy as she gets into, you know, her college education. So we'll have to see where that goes. Honestly, she was going to study film. I don't understand why she just don't learn from him. You know what I'm saying? You had some stake in Apple at a certain point. You had your whole Beats by Dre, and that moved over to Apple. So it seems to me like, yo, why even go to college? You could be learning from the best yourself, just getting that hands-on education. So I don't know. So we got some more news coming up for y'all. And I'm saving my Wendy news for last, y'all, because it's mind-blowing, okay? It's mind-blowing. And while we're doing this, I'm going to let y'all know, we live streaming now. I'm live streaming basically from my phone because I wanted to be able to get that good crystal clarity. But once we continue doing this on a regular basis, I'm going to be able to chat with you guys live while I'm doing this. So just keep watching because we're going to keep growing. We're going to grow this thing out. I got a vision that's larger than life. And so what we're going to do is we're just going to keep going beyond the headlines every day. And we're going to grow this thing out like nobody's business, all right? So the next thing we got, y'all, is I want to give y'all some scoop on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now, if y'all saw last night's episode, which I ain't seen it in its entirety yet because, to be very honest with y'all, I went out and celebrated a friend's birthday, and I got drunk and threw up in the car. Yes, I did. I'm not even going to lie. So I was out by the time Real Housewives of Atlanta came on. Don't at y'all, listen, don't at me. Don't call me sloppy drunk because I'm not sloppy drunk. I don't know what happened. I had a Shamari moment, and that's all I can say. There you go. But the streets are really talking about everything that Marlo had to say. Well, excuse me, everything that Shanita, who is Eva's bridesmaid, had to say about her finances and all that good stuff. Now, if y'all remember, Shanita was on the show. Yes, she was. She was actually on the show. And she was consulting Eva. Well, she was consoling Eva when Eva was looking for a wedding dress. I don't know if y'all remember that scene or not. I cannot pull up the clip at the moment, but I have another clip that I'm going to pull up with Marlo giving some more dirt about Eva that she got from another bridesmaid that is not Shanita, who was also being dragged last night all over social media because Bravo outed everybody. Bravo outed Shanita, who was saying all this dirt on Eva. Bravo outed this other girl that I'm about to play for y'all right now because Marlo gives some more tea. And I want y'all to get this tea fresh right here in case you haven't gotten it already. Let's just dive right on into it because it's a little bit of length to it, but I want y'all to listen and let's see what we get from it.
You did some it was like Marlo PI. You did some detective work on that, right?
Did she do some detective work?
Now this is Marlo and Nene talking to a producer on the after show for last night's Real Housewives of Atlanta. So listen up to this. So this is Nene and Marlo.
You really did do detective work. What you do in the public is public information. And I got a phone call. Tell me what you know.
Well, first of all, the house that she's in is not exactly where she lives. She lives in a raggedy little house across the street from the golf course.
And it was from someone in her circle. And at the time, 2 of her bridesmaids were livid with her. And then one ended up, Matoki, what's the girl name? Matoki ended up befriending her back after she talked about it. How she did.
So one of them's name is Shanita. I think that was the one who was disguising her voice, sounding like a man. But this, my Toki, is that her name? Let's go back a little bit.
What's the girl name? Matoki ended up befriending her back.
Matoki, that's the second girl.
After she talked about it, how she didn't. I'll call the names. I'm gonna call a spade. It's the damn truth.
God.
So Matoki called her out. She didn't pay her the money she was supposed to for doing the wedding, the hair. Or she wanted to charge a cheaper price. And did she call someone else in to do hair?
Clearly, I don't know.
Was someone else there to do hair though?
Hello, I was only a guest.
I mean, but do your hairstyle.
I
know like it was the problem with funds. Then they didn't get paid until she met us at Candy's. Because she knew I got the tea. So she scraped up that money. I'm telling you.
The lady who called Marlo was telling Marlo that she was using her home to shoot in, right?
The lady who called, it was her house. And that Eva would come
And
over.
she would have guests over to a home that she was staging.
And they said that she didn't even know how to work the stove one day.
I don't know. You know, it's a stretch for me. It's a stretch. I think Tanya said she visits her and she had pictures of her and Mike, and there was a room that was her daughter's room. So that's a stretch. I would have thought she lived there. If she had a daughter's room.
I would have thought that too. And I bought her a sunflower plant to go in her house. I wouldn't have even gave her that sunflower. She didn't have anywhere to take it.
Oh my God, Lord Jesus, somebody help me.
Okay, so let's break that down real quick. So what we basically heard Marlo saying is that Shanita has told her that Eva was staging the home to film in while she was filming for Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now, I'm gonna give y'all the real behind reality television because you know I'm from that genre. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it is not uncommon for this to happen. It is not uncommon for production or a person to stage a place where they live in order to make the story better or to make it seem like they have a, you know what I'm saying? So they do this a lot, I think, on, oh, you missed last night's episode. You got to watch last night's episode. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all like this. Last night's episode was interesting, but this after show stuff is even juicier because it's not uncommon for people to rent out a place when they're filming a reality show. Now, I am lucky that I did not have to do that because I have my own place, but it's not uncommon and I've seen it done. And if y'all watch episodes, and this is, if y'all watch episodes of, a really good one that does this a lot is what I believe, Love and Hip Hop. Love and Hip Hop, I feel like, is notorious for using staged apartments as people's homes, and I don't know why. Because it would, to me, I would rather see where a person really lives, because I understand that when I'm watching Love and Hip Hop, everybody ain't owned yet. You know what I'm saying? So they may not have the most luxurious accommodations. I would rather see a true, real Love and Hip Hop like they did Love and Hip Hop New York when Samaya was living in Homeboy's attic and was having to crawl up them attic stairs. That's Love and Hip Hop right there. That's for the love of hip hop. That's some gangster shit. And shout out to Samaya for actually showing us that, because that's not the stuff that we actually are able to see on reality television even more. But I want to play y'all a little bit more of this because the producers asked Nene what she thinks about Eva's all her homes. Listen to this.
Now, Marlo, you did confront her with this information, right? About the houses. How did that come about?
Well, she told us about the houses after we confronted her. No, we didn't confront her. We just told her. She walked out, that old lady.
Okay, I'm trying to let you know that I asked all those questions to Marlo because
that's not
she
fair.
has all
You
the
need to ask questions also.
Marlo, I don't know about.
You could just tell what you do know.
Okay, I jump in when I can.
Okay, what do you know that happened to that old lady gang?
Nothing.
I'm never listening to you.
I'm gone. I'm calling Mike. Here you go. No, I'm gone.
I'm so sorry.
I am in the midst of my honeymoon bliss. So to hear just despicable dirt, this whole thing just stinks, and I don't want nothing to do with it. So thank you, excuse me, and good day. Are you kidding me?
By the time I arrived, Tanya had already spilled the beans to Eva. No one else there would be able to get Eva to return. So I called her because I knew I could get her back. And then her husband came.
Oh, in the old car, that old Ford Mustang? No, I'm saying, I was like, old as shit. Like, damn, at least got out of 95. What year was that Mustang?
So Marlo is basically injecting extra dirt, basically to indicate that this man ain't got no money. Now, let me ask y'all a question, because I don't live in the Atlanta area, and maybe somebody who does can actually explain this to me. But and I know you ain't got to be rich to run for any type of office. Man, I believe he was running for mayor. I think. In my mind, how do you run for an office if you don't have any money? And I understand that the election process is pretty much driven by donations. But it would seem as though if you running for office, you got some type of you got some type of political office already, or you have some type of, you got a job in the city and you can afford some things. So this is making it seem like, and granted, you can have a whole lot of money. Right, Joe. Marlo is definitely shady. Marlo is shady. But at the same time, it's like, how is it that you're running for office and you don't have any money? All right, let me finish what Nene had to say about the situation, and then we're going to jump back in.
Well, no, that's not classic either. Just old. Okay, but anyway, we're not talking about that one now. Let me stop talking about people. God forgive me.
Listen, she mentioned something about her safety and that they had 3 homes that they moved between.
Yeah, but the problem is that they don't understand the gravity.
Oh, you know I know. I know. I was with a f***ing cuckoo.
To the point we've had conversations with.
Yeah, we got the FBI involved in here.
So you don't reveal our address. We have multiple addresses. Some are under aliases.
I don't know. I don't know anything.
So,
Yeah.
you think she has 3?
Marlo, listen, I'm not looking up her deeds.
No,
and
I'm not
things.
either, but do you
You know what I'm
think,
saying?
I'm just saying all the humbug. You think she has 3 homes? See, you follow this. Call her out.
I
So I
think
should
in regular
set my
Eva
last.
fashion, when someone comes.
All right, so, you know, if you watched last night's episode, you got the idea that because Eva was with, I think it was Kevin Gates at one point in time, and the word on the street is that he is not mentally stable. So there was a lot of issues that she's had with him in the past, you know, being, I think, threatening or maybe abusive. I don't know this to be true. This is what the streets are saying, so allegedly. And so they fear for their safety. So apparently that is the reason why she was saying that she has been moving in betwixt different homes and things. Now, she did get on Candy's Speak on it on her YouTube page. Check that out. And she does a very lengthy interview with Candy about this whole process, about her moving and renting and all this other stuff. I really don't get into that and why people do what they do and how they should spend their money and stuff like that, because I don't really care. I don't. You know, do what you do. I just want you to do it well. You know what I'm saying? Be well with it. But it's real interesting because as a viewer of a reality show, we do want to see the truth. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to see... for me, if I'm watching Real Housewives of Atlanta, I want you to really be a housewife of Atlanta. Not that you can't work, not that you can't make some bread, not that you can't even make more than your husband. But I think we as viewers definitely want to see your true to life reality. You know what I'm saying? Now, I know what we see from Nene's house is hers. We know that what we see from Candy's house is hers. Probably what we see from Marlo's house is hers too, because I believe that's the same house we've been seeing all these years. But here's the thing. We just don't know what we're seeing with Eva, and I think that's why now we're all curious about it. So we'll see what happens if she comes back to the show in the future. We'll see how she addresses this, and we'll see if we get to see her house. Wow, sorry to hear about Eva. That's not good to be in an abusive. Yeah, man, she was, that situation with her and Kevin Gates was bad. I mean, you can Google it and see all of the, it's real bad. It got real bad and real nasty. And, you know, he's been in the news a lot for beefing with a lot of people. So definitely check all that information out. the last pieces of news I got for y'all is that Pose is coming back for season 2. I don't know how many of y'all watched that show, but I did not watch it. It seemed to be a really big thing. And Pose is basically, you know, it's on FX. And they're bringing the show back for a second season. It shines a spotlight on the lives of those in the transgender and wider LGBTQ community. And for this season, they're going to do a time jump to the 1990s. And we'll see, I think they're bringing in Broadway star Patti LuPone. So that should be interesting. That should be coming back in June. Some other news real quick. Before we dive into our main event of the day, which is this Wendy Williams story, just in case y'all didn't know, Keri Hilson is apparently coming back. If anybody out there cares about her and her music, she is coming back. It's been 10 years since the release of her first studio album, In a Perfect World. She didn't mean to be gone for so long. She's ready. She's coming summer 2019. To be very honest with you, I don't care that much about this story. I just wanted to write about it because I know that there are some Keri Hilson fans out there. But the reason I don't care about this is because I feel like as an artist, you know, I love the things that I do as an artist. I love the things that I am able to work on. Y'all know, if you follow me, you know I work in news and entertainment. You know that's what I do. You know that's what I love. You know that's what I teach. I teach people how to get into media and get on the television. Click the link down below if you want to learn more about that. But the reason I say what I say, because I don't believe that if you really love what you did, then you would be waiting for 10 years for you to come out with a new album. And then sporadically between those 10 years, you come back with all these release dates that you're going to be putting out something new. It's coming, it's coming, it's coming. Because now you have cried wolf so many times that I do not believe you. And now I don't care. Boom. So there's that. All right. So let's get into this Wendy Williams exclusive that I got from y'all. Listen, every morning I gotta tell y'all something. I watch Unwind with Tasha K because she just gives me my entire life. But anyway, she always has some exclusive that I wanted to bring to you guys that we talk about a lot on the show recently on Daily Flash. I don't know if you guys watch that or not, but please subscribe to that channel as well. It'll be in the link in my description. But you know, apparently Wendy Williams, the Wendy Williams information was shocking. Oh, Joe, don't listen. You ain't got to be retracting your messages. Keep your messages up in here. I appreciate you watching. I appreciate everybody who's watching. I know we're gonna start off small, but we're gonna grow this thing out until we can't grow it no more. So apparently Wendy Williams' husband has a mistress named Sharina Nicola Hudson, who everybody calls Nikki, right? So Nikki has apparently, it's not true because if it is, I feel so sorry for her. It's crazy, but I'm gonna give you the dirt on what I know, on what I've heard so far. So allegedly this girl has already had her baby. She had the baby last Wednesday, which was around the same time that Wendy made her admission about living in the sober house. So there's that. And I don't know if there's a correlation with that, but the sources are saying that she does not know about the kid, but now the kid is in the hospital. And I was listening to Tasha K, and if you haven't subscribed to her channel, subscribe to her channel because she basically called the hospital, and I'm gonna give y'all that exclusive in 1 second that she had reported on earlier. Because her videos are kind of lengthy, and if you just want the meat of it, I'm gonna give it to y'all right now. So she got word that the girl was in the hospital. The baby was back in the hospital because they had detected traces of marijuana in the baby's system, some kind of way. So the girl was in the hospital in Pennsylvania. The family did not know that she had had the baby, but she did have the baby. We don't know if it's a boy or a girl. There have been no pictures that have surfaced of the child, but we do have proof that she was in the hospital in the prenatal unit, and I'm gonna play that for you guys right now.
She said what? And hung up the phone. So then I called back. So here's the second call. I'm not gonna play the first call, but here's the second call. I'm gonna play the third call. So hold on real quick. Let me make sure. Here we go. Hold on.
Hampton University Hospital. This is Nene. How may I help you?
I'm sorry. This is Hampton University Hospital in Pennsylvania.
Yes, this is Huffman.
number she's in? Because I'm having flowers delivered for her.
Okay, let me see.
Thank you.
1632.
Okay. And she's in the pediatric, where they keep the babies, correct? Maternity. Okay. And it's 16. Say that again. 16 what?
1632.
Okay.
Bed number 1.
Okay. Thank you so much. All right. Bye-bye.
So that was Tasha calling the hospital to find out whether or not Sharina was actually there or not. And she got confirmation that, yo, she is actually in the hospital with the baby as we speak. So the rumors of, you know, Wendy's husband having an extramarital affair seem to be 100% true. And this girl has now had the child. Word on the street is that, you know, Wendy is upset because Kevin is being so sloppy with this whole situation. And this is explosive because we're all still trying to figure out what Wendy was doing in the sober house in the beginning. What led her back to it? Was it pills? Was it drugs? Was it, and I mean by drugs, the street drugs, not the pills and potions that they prescribe to you that sometimes people will, you know, just go ham over because the pain meds keep them sane. You know, what was it that sent her back over? And in my mind, for me, it seems like if Wendy knows, Wendy's got to know all of this stuff because the Daily Mail has been following this story for over a year. The photo that came out with Kevin Hunter and the girl was allegedly a photo that was sent to the Daily Mail on purpose by Sharina, who is the mistress, and that photo was taken about over 10 years ago. So this has been going on for a very long time, and that was a strategic move on her behalf because she wants to let Wendy know that she is still in the picture because Wendy does not know whether or not she was still in the picture or not. Now, allegedly, the streets are saying that Wendy Williams has some things going on her own that may also be about to surface as well. And what I mean by that is something of the extramarital sort. Now, this is all alleged. I don't know if it's true or not. We're going to have to wait and see what we hear. Again, this is us looking beyond the headlines to see exactly what the real stories are, and we're going to bring it to you fresh every day. So once I get more information on what that is, I'm going to let you guys know, and I'm going to be giving it to you fresh daily. I just want to say, I think Wendy Williams knows and just does not want to be, boom. You know what? You are absolutely, I believe you are 110% correct with that. I believe Wendy Williams knows exactly what's going on. I believe she's just not going to come out on the camera and say it because that's not going to make her look good on television. And I believe that she's having these breakdowns because she knows that everybody else now knows what's going on because he's been so sloppy. You know what I'm saying? Listen, y'all, let me tell y'all something. If you're going to cheat, just don't be sloppy with it. Don't embarrass the person that's also and the thing about it is, let me tell y'all something else. The streets also say that Wendy, when she had her hairline fractured, that she got that from confronting Kevin about this whole situation. And I guess she might have been on pills at the time. This is what the streets say, so this is alleged. I do not know this to be true. And so what I'm saying here is that you got a weak link in the chain, Wendy. And whether or not we all want to see Wendy win. Y'all know we want to see her win. But at the end of the day, she's not going to win as long as she got this weak link in the chain. Y'all know that. And so if she did confront him, apparently he was not trying to be abusive towards her. Apparently he is not the type that hits women. I don't know this for certain, but this is what the streets are saying. And this is what we can surmise. So y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think about these stories. I want to know what y'all think about this Eva situation. Is she living in that house? Does she have a home? You know, is she still renting? Not that renting is bad, but we just want to know the truth. You know what I'm saying? I want to know what y'all think about that Dr. Dre story I talked about in the beginning of the episode. Do y'all think that he is wrong? Right. Marcille, what does Charlamagne know? Because you know Charlamagne knows something. Because the streets are also saying that he is the one that there is something there. They're saying that he is the one who introduced Kevin to Sharina in the first place. So he gotta know something on the inside, but just not saying nothing. And I don't know if y'all knew this or not, but DJ Envy apparently, allegedly, I gotta say allegedly with everything because I don't want to be, you know, held liable for anybody's mess. But apparently, allegedly, DJ Envy was the one who leaked the information that Wendy was actually in the sober house before she actually said anything. And also, the streets are saying that she came out with that statement because people had approached her and said, listen, we're going to run this story. What do you have to comment on it? So she needed to jump in front of this story first. Listen, at the end of the day, whether you in the sober house or not, all of us want you to do well. But what we don't want is to be lied to. That's as a general public. We just don't want either tell us the full story or don't say shit. That's my thought. Like, don't say anything. If you're not going to give us the real deal on what it is that's actually going on, then don't say anything about it. But don't make us look crazy out here with wondering what the truth actually is. So that's all we got for today's show. I want to thank y'all for joining in. Everybody who jumped on and commented. Y'all know I got much love for y'all. We're going to do this every day. I'm going to have a solid time for y'all in a couple of weeks because some things may shift with me a little bit. But as y'all know, right now, I film my show at Daily Flash. It airs on CW and Fox networks around the country. I film that show from 6:30 to 8:30. I get home and then I want to research and look for stories for the next day for work, but also for you guys too. So I want to give that to y'all at, I want to say maybe like 12 o'clock each day. So I'm trying to go live at 12 each day. And then we'll just do it like this here from this point forward. But subscribe to my channel, guys, because I'm going to be bringing exclusives as I can. And then we'll continue to talk about these things every day. I like live streaming because I don't feel like editing videos and shit like that. And I want to be able to give it to y'all straight and talk with y'all at the same time. So that's why I like doing this live. So if y'all got exclusives, y'all hit me up, RHICIESkye@gmail.com or Richie@dailyflashshow.com with any exclusives that y'all get. Otherwise, like, subscribe, comment below. Let me know what y'all think about these stories. And if you are interested in learning how to get on television and into media, jump down into the link below. I'll have it in the link below in about 10 minutes. You guys can learn my exact processes for getting on the television. You'll learn about a media kit, all that good stuff. So stick around for that. And I will see you guys.